Hi, I'm Eric Reed, the Assistant Superintendent.
Beth Neitzel, PDC Chair.
Summer Wansway, immediate past PDC Chair.
And we're here to talk to you a little bit about the changes in collaboration. And I'm going to begin by talking about the flexible collaboration options that we have in place this year for the K-6 teachers. We have a day set aside November 22nd, but I also know you guys spend a lot of time outside of contract time working on groupings. So we want to encourage you to document that time and count as flexible collaboration with some of your peers. Some of the options we can look at doing that is when you're grouping your MTSS teams, when you're doing that on a weekend or after hours with your team, go ahead and count it in and log it toward that time. Work through your DIBELS data, map data, CBMs for Storytown and Math and Focus, any kind of data. And you can use data from the end of last year, the beginning of this year. But the fact is, we really would like to see you work on that right away. We know we don't want to wait until the first dedicated collaboration time in September for you to start looking through that data. We'd like to see you do it earlier. And I think it can benefit you guys on the collaboration pieces. Our personal record we have to look at is we have to document that time in My Learning Plan. There's some accountability for that flexible time. And if we're going to give you that flexible time, we have to make sure it's going toward the things that we wanted it to go toward. So it's definitely in your best interest to make sure that time's documented, and it'll keep you from having to come in on November 22nd. But you all have a lot of options as far as collaboration goes. And even the specials teachers, if you need to get together with your special peers throughout the district, if you're doing that outside of normal contract hours, make sure you're documenting the time and what you're doing during that time.
That flex collaboration document, and I apologize that we can't show you the actual form that you'll be filling out for that, but you will find it on My Learning Plan under that flex collaboration form. And you have two options when you're filling out this form. You can either fill it out with dates, times, the activities you were doing as you complete those hours, and then save it as a draft, which will then save to My Learning Plan right here. And you can go back and add more days as you accumulate them and submit when you're done. Or you can keep track of those hours however you see fit on paper, and then submit it all at once and turn all your hours in, which a total of 7 hours in, and to have that approved. Even if you do as a draft, we would suggest you keep some track on paper that you, in case this isn't always saved on My Learning Plan, that you do have a backup notification.
Okay, so I want to talk a little bit about our other teacher designed or planned collaboration days throughout the school year. You have done those in the past, but now we're going to be keeping track of that time on My Learning Plan. In order for us to count those as contact hours, we need to have some record that we're going to be doing that. And so you will receive professional development points for the collaboration time that you engage in this year.
Now there's different collaboration times set aside in our contract year. Some of them are teaching and learning, and some of them are directed by the buildings. In those cases, teaching and learning or the PDC reps for those buildings will submit those collaboration points for you. However, if it's the 6 either days or half days that are teacher directed collaboration, those are individually done by those teachers. Our suggestion would be that during those collaboration times, that maybe at the end of the collaboration meeting, that you take some time as a whole group to log on to My Learning Plan and just fill it out while everyone's there. Everyone will have the same times, the same dates, and exactly what you did. If that's not possible, you can turn it in. We'd like to request it within 7 days of that collaboration meeting.
It's really important for you to turn in the documentation, and it's not something we can require on individual forms or police very well, but we will keep track of this, and the flexibility and the freedom we have for it. When the teachers ask that we need more collaboration time, this is the data that will give us to show us what we're getting for that time, that I can take back to the board and show them what a great job you're doing with everything that you collaborate on. We know you do it. We know it's positive. We know it helps our kids. the documentation is going to help us. It's also going to help us on the state level when the state comes in and says, hey, you've never counted collaboration time toward minutes before. We have to make a correlation between the minutes we're doing on collaboration and our professional development. So we really need to show them what we're doing as well. It's going to save us in the long run in a lot of ways and help you out too.
And we've tried to simplify this. So you're only filling out on My Learning Plan. Last year, we used a form that looked like this, and that was submitted to building administrators. And we're not requiring that anymore. We still would like you to communicate with your building administrators and share with them what that you plan on collaborating on, but you no longer have to fill out this form. It's just on My Learning Plan.
So we're going to show you real quickly where that is on My Learning Plan. If you go into My Learning Plan, you'll see over here it says Professional Development Collaboration Request, and that's where you're going to enter any of those times that you are meeting with a teacher-led, teacher-designed collaboration time. We are going to ask that everyone have all of those submitted no later than May 2nd. But like Beth said, it would be great if you would set aside 5 or 10 minutes at the end of each collaboration time to go ahead and have everybody get on My Learning Plan and get those entered in.
The better you can do with all these things, the stronger our district is. So we want you working together. We're a great team. You guys are wonderful together. Keep it up and do what we're asking, and we're going to make this district better. Thank you.